We understand the rivalry. I understand the rivalry, being in the GLIAC for such a long part of my career. But we went into this thing like we go into each week. And we talked about going 1 for 1, and we did not change. We did not deviate from that. We talked about a belief, something just outside of your grasp, something that you haven't quite done yet. And that's what you just saw. This rivalry through the decades has been very one-sided, decade by decade, and we wanted to make sure that the 2020s got off to this start. And these guys, unbelievable response, fast start. I think we took a little bit of a deep breath. They come back, change quarterbacks, got a little bit of momentum going into halftime, back and forth in the third quarter, and then when we need to do something, we go do it. We needed to go score, put a drive together. We did that. We needed to stop. We did that. And that's what men do. And we got a bunch of just awesome men down there in that locker room. And that's who we are at Grand Valley State.
Your first win against Ferris as the head coach, how does that feel?
Yeah, I think the emotion will come later, obviously. Again, I'm not going to downplay the rivalry, but it was week 7, and we went 1 for 1, and it puts us one step closer to what we want to do. And I'm not going to downplay it because, there'll be some emotion as we go through this. And I know exactly what this rivalry is and what it means to a lot of people. So, yeah, there'll be emotion at some point. And tomorrow about 2 o'clock, we'll get back in here and do what? We're 1 for 1. We're still in search of a complete game, right? We're still in search of this complete game. Man, we're dang close, but into that second quarter. So we'll get back to work. But yeah, at some point it'll probably hit.
What was the thought process in using Avery the way you guys did today, especially against a team like that?
Yeah, just, matchups. And, I just think, Coach Vitzum does just an unreal job of getting quarterbacks and getting this offense rolling. And, just, again, why do we use Kyle in the way we do? And he does, and Cody down here. But, it's one of those things that he's got a unique skill set, and we utilize it. And I think that's what's awesome about what Coach Vitz does. Coach Vitzum does with our offense is you come here with this unique set of abilities and talent. You develop a lot of skill, and then he utilizes that within the constructs of this offense, and that's what you're seeing right now. I'm going to say this now because this is the one thing I'll do just for the media. I got 1,000 questions this week about Ferris State's offense. And I'm not going to talk badly about that because they're a good offense. But we came into this game number 3 in the country. They came into this game number 12. And I was just hoping that question got asked over there too, because what Coach Vitzum does, he's the best play caller in the country. You just saw that tonight. Avery just talked about it with the synergy, offense, defense, special teams playing together, and we feed off of each other. And we're better than the talent that we have in this room because of that. So, yeah.
You guys started out like uber aggressive with play calling on both sides of the ball. It really felt like that, and then I think the onside kick validated that. Coming out with that onside kick after that touchdown, was that something you guys saw if you were waiting on a formation or going into it? Did you guys see that on film and then you said, all right, if we get into this scenario, we call that, or was it just spur of the moment? You just kind of felt like you guys had a chance to take it?
Yeah, we went to work on that, just, again, taking advantage of a schematic thing there. But IJ quote IGs, do what you do. And we're aggressive. We're aggressive by nature, calculated aggressiveness, right? Mm-hmm. That's who we are. That's who Coach Lewis is, coordinate this defense and getting after it. And then obviously Coach Vitzum, Coach Studdard with the special team. So it's just who we are, and it's in our nature.
When you saw them come back, you probably knew that they weren't going to go away quietly, but to go from in complete control with the 35-point lead to it being a one-score game there in the third quarter, how were you able to kind of make sure that the guys weren't letting that big momentum swing affect how the fourth quarter played out?
Yeah, and obviously they took the win in the third quarter, right, to try to mount that comeback. So there was a piece of me that knew get to the fourth quarter, and we're still got to go to work on these second and third quarters, but I knew who we are in the fourth quarter, and that was a big part of it, and I think there was a calmness, there was a presence on the sideline, again, this awesome leadership of understanding, how we respond in the fourth quarter. And as we talk about it, we need one, right? And, guys look at each other in the eye and say, let's go get one, and they did. And then we went and got the stop and went going. So there was a little bit just of knowing who we are and how we operate, and, we've been phenomenal in first and fourth quarters. So there was a little bit of, there in the middle, and we got to continue to go to work on that in that second. Win in the middle 8 there a little bit. But yeah, awesome response in the fourth quarter, and it's kind of who we are.
Can you talk about that huge third down completion of Donovan Johnson, what you saw and how big that play was?
Yeah, that was big. Obviously, it led to a pretty important drive there. Complete shout out to Coach Vitz. There was a little miscommunication on the play prior, and I missed Cody on the dig, and just happy that he came back to it, allowed me to get my confidence back, and just knew that we had a guy out there that was going to make a play, and I just had to place the ball. So I think it was vitally important.
Cody, how big was it to score that first touchdown in a rivalry game like this?
Yeah, it was big. I mean, that's my first touchdown against these guys, and it felt really good. We knew the whole week that the first play was going to be that play, and I was excited that he pressed the first time, and I knew Cade was going to give me a dot, and just went up and grabbed it, and it was awesome.
Cody, I asked you earlier this week in practice, kind of playing in quote-unquote your hometown. I know you're not technically from here, but you might as well be at this point. Kyle, it's your hometown a little bit as well.
Residency.
To win here against these guys, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, growing up, I mean, I've always known about the Anchor Bone Classic. So, I mean, being like having big plays in those moments and in this game, it was just unbelievable. It was one of those dream come true kind of things, and it felt amazing.
Kyle, talk about the catch. Avery's
I'll talk about that catch. That catch was insane.
You know, what's in your mind? That ball falling through the air, kind of off balance?
Yeah, I mean, that's a play we were working on all week. Safety came down, so right when he came down, I knew, his ball's going to go to me. I just ran my route. Avery threw a good back shoulder ball, and at the end of the day, I just went up and got it. Did what I had to do. I haven't seen it yet, so I really don't know what it looks like. But yeah,
just wait.
It felt pretty cool.
Looked like Odell Beckham out there.
Yeah.
Coach, talk about Carson Gulker. You guys, I mean, obviously part of the game plan was going to be stopping him in the run, and you held him to four net yards rushing.
Yeah.
So, what does that mean? You come out, and then your quarterback on the other side, your backup, Avery Moore, who's kind of your running threat there, in addition to Cade, but comes out and runs for over 100 yards, so you kind of flip the script on him.
Yeah, no question. And I think, a lot of credit to Carson Gulker that he went to work this offseason just like Avery Moore did. I think there was that little chip on each guy's shoulder about like, well, we're just the running quarterback. And, obviously he's went to work and developed into a really good passer too. So a lot of credit to Carson Gulker and, again, to Ferris in that. But, yeah, it was kind of cool that Avery gets out there and able to lace him up. And then the last drive there, Cade, design run and awesome play to rip it out there, and then the presence of mind to take some clock off at the end too. Just smart football.
Okay, can you kind of talk about how fun that was to watch Anthony from the other side? You had quite a game.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in awe every time our defense goes out there just because I'm thankful that I don't have to play against them. I do it enough in camp, 6 fall camps, 5 spring balls. Like, I'm tired of facing those guys, and you see what they can do out there. Like, they are the definition of playing together, 1 of 11. And every time the ball carrier has the ball, there's just constantly swarm and guys just hustling so hard that it really shows how, Coach Wooster, Coach Lewis, Postman, Dunning, like those guys really do a great job at getting them to work together, and then the leadership on that side of guys like Abe and Chris, it's awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, but